giving me the look.
Hello, Twitch. We are coming to you live from Dark Tower Games. We are bringing you our FNM here. We'll be doing this every week. We have Thursdays at about 7 p.m. We'll be doing Legacy. And then around the same time on Fridays, we'll be bringing you FNM. I'm here with Dante Zickler today.
Hi, guys.
Go ahead and say hello to the people.
Hi, guys.
Oh, again?
Hi, guys.
Okay, sweet.
Guys,
so we'll be bringing you our first match here pretty shortly. This is going to be round 2. We'll have Noah Swain with Mono Green Devotion and Gray Swanson with Jund Control. And also, just to let you guys know, we do upload all our videos onto youtube.com/darktowergames. If you ever want to go back and look at some previous videos, or maybe you were on stream and you want to see them, just go ahead and check them out there. So we are already well underway.
Okay, so going into turn 4, it looks like. Not sure who was on the play here. Do you know that, Glenn?
I do not, but
okay. So Mono Green Devotion. What does that mean to you?
What does that mean to me?
To
me, that means turn 2 Color Beast potential.
Okay.
Kind of the deck.
So you're thinking Nykthos.
Definitely the Nykthos deck. You're seeing Burning Tree Emissary and only basic forests in play, so it's pretty clear he's going to be just trying to put as many Burning Tree Emissaries into play, some Mana Dorks, and then just Nykthos trying to play something big that people can't deal with. We kind of see that by the hand right there. 2 Color Beasts and a Sylvan Primordial.
Yeah, so there he had the option to play his Burning Tree, but he elected not to. Do you have any idea why he wouldn't do that?
Just so if he Gray has a removal spell, he still has Devotion later on in the game. I mean, the 2/2 body really isn't doing anything when he has Scavenging Ooze in play.
So he's saving it for a possibly explosive turn.
Definitely.
Okay.
So we see Burning Tree Emissary and another swing there. Gray's just going to keep on exiling creatures.
Yeah, Gray going to town doesn't really need to do much more than this. The green deck, notorious for not having any removal, so Gray's basically at liberty to just keep killing Noah's creatures and growing his Scavenging Ooze, and I'm not sure there's a whole lot Noah can do about it. Getting the life totals updated.
Yeah, we missed the first couple of turns, so I wasn't entirely sure, but it looks like it's 14-12 favoring Noah. Can we see what card that is on this side there?
That
Any guess
looks like a green card.
Does look like a green card. It's not
3 mana, not Courser?
Not Courser, so probably not 3 mana. Let me go get a check on that. Oh. So it looks like a Polykranos, actually.
Of course, the other green creature. Never seen chump blocks because similar to the red-green monsters deck or the Jund monsters deck, the Jund control deck just plays such big threats that if it gets to cast one of those on turn 4 or 5, it's going to close the game out very. You don't have a lot of time to
dilly-dally.
Yeah, you can't mess around.
Definitely.
Yeah, as the crow says.
So who do you kind of favor in this matchup, though?
The deck playing removal.
Definitely.
I mean, the whole gimmick of the mono green deck is that it can play a bunch of things and hopefully be unimpeded by that, and then tap their Nykthos and play one big thing that goes unanswered. But that's all very easily picked apart by the cards in the Jund deck between Thoughtseize and Hero's Downfall. I mean, the mono green deck can play very scary stuff, but nothing that can't be answered by a Dreadbore or Hero's Downfall. So
definitely.
I have to give the nod to Jund.
I'm definitely going to have to give it to Jund, too. Just the fact that they can, even if you end up playing your Color Beast and maybe drawing a couple cards off it, like a single Dreadbore gets rid of it. And when the cards you're drawing sometimes are like Elvish Mystics and Sylvan Created, it's like, doesn't really necessarily
in the Jund deck, yeah, like you just said, inexplicitly, that there's like a huge mana efficient, or the Jund deck has a lot more removal that is very mana efficient for their 7 and 6 mana plays.
Right.
So the green deck is spending 6, 7 mana to cast one spell that can be answered in 2 mana by the Jund deck.
Right.
So,
And it's not like sometimes the mono green deck against like control decks can kind of just like eke through damage. Like maybe I'm not doing anything, swing with my dork, swing with my Burning Tree
Yeah.
Emissary, but the Jund deck just has like the 2/4 for 3. That's also giving them life. Or
huge
Sylvan Carrington
impasses
even.
that also provide card advantage and just brick wall completely. So ouch.
Ouch indeed.
Ouch.
What do we think we're seeing from the sideboards from these two fellas?
Well, the green deck, being limited to mostly green cards, not too sure what he's going to have going on. Maybe some sort of scavenging ooze because he knows that his creatures are not long for the board.
Yeah, so amount of
probably
scavenging ooze.
yeah,
Kind of preparing for the more grindy matchup.
Yeah, the game definitely will go long if Gray's deck has anything to say about it. As far as Gray's end, we actually know his sideboard, so
maybe
he's bringing in.
I'm not sure actually. Kind of an interesting matchup. I think that the green deck could be slow enough to where another Rakdos return might be good.
Good at taking care of planeswalkers.
Yeah,
as well.
any amount of planeswalkers he has in his sideboard would also be good. The targeted discard he has in his sideboard is actually just duress, so I wouldn't see that being brought in.
Yeah, I don't think it's imperative for Gray to necessarily attack his non-creature threats in that manner. I think that he can easily answer them on the board, even if they do get to activate. I don't think that having a duress in your deck is very effective because you don't really have a way to get rid of it. Last standard we saw Liliana with the discard, so you were never too ashamed to have discard in your deck because if it was bad, you could always discard into your Liliana. Nothing like that here, so
I think. I mean, he does have Stormbreath Dragons in his sideboard. What do you think about that card in this matchup?
When he's on the play, I could just see him starting a race, but like on the draw, I see no reason to.
Yeah.
The Nykthos deck is so explosive that I wouldn't really want to race it if I did not have to.
Right.
If I were Gray and feeling very threatened going into Game 3, I would potentially think about bringing them in as just like turn 2 Mana Dork, turn 4 Stormbreath, after a turn 3 Pelucranos, just essentially racing. So I could see that, but other than that, no. Just any more removal he has in his sideboard, I'm sure is coming in. There's an extra Dreadboard in the sideboard that I'm sure is coming in on Gray's side.
Just maximizing on his removal, maximizing on the ways he can interact with the green deck.
Yeah,
and not really trying to race.
He wants to interact. He wants to be interacting right here because he has inevitability for sure.
Definitely. Well, let's see where it's. It's already a little bit underway.
Gray scryed last turn, played a Mutavault this turn. Mizzy Mortis on a 2-drop. What was that creature?
That was Voyaging Satyr.
Okay, yeah, just trying to squelch him as much as he can. Because you never know how long the Mizzy Mortis is actually going to be good. If he just untaps and plays a Pelucranos, then your Mizzy Mortis looks very bad. So it's best to just hit the mana guy.
Trying to fix this glare. Trying to fix the glare on the camera. Not working too well.
He's got Thoughtseize off of Rakdos Kirun. That's a sick play from this deck. One off Rakdos Kirun in the Jund deck. Is that
Eidolon of Blossoms?
Yeah, now you really see the Jund deck just doing what it's supposed to do. It's just so efficiently dealing with nose cards and leaving his hand very decimated.
Yes, and it's
Pillaged.
It's at the point now where all he's left with that we saw was a Collar Beast in hand. He's like 3 turns away from actually casting it.
Yeah.
He's actually So we probably see another. Oh, Scavenging Ooze here. Not bad. Is able to block the Boon Satyr. I don't think he minds that trade either.
Yeah, Gray. Oh, that double Scavenging is Gray's definitely in the market for trading here. Gray's threats are expendable. He can always being on defense primarily, especially on the draw.
Yeah, I don't think he minds the 1-for-1, especially if after the 1-for-1 he could just exile the Boon Satyr to make his other Scavenging Ooze bigger.
Yeah, he does have to be concerned if he doesn't have an answer to the Garruk in Noah's hand with 1-for-1, because that does not work very well. But
definitely,
it looks like he's going to get to play that Garruk this turn.
So we saw Burning Tree Emissary, and then into Nykthos, activating to gain 4 mana and then 6 to get his Garruk. Looks like we see
Is like a pair of Elvish Mystics
and a Burning Tree Emissary. And that's what I was kind of saying. Like, even if he does see an activation from Garrick, it's not the end of the game. If he draws 3 cards and the 3 cards are just essentially dorks, doesn't necessarily care that much.
Is there any way to simulate broken squads into
So yeah, at any point here, if Gray sees an Anger of the Gods, I mean, he's just in such good shape.
So Garrick, or do we just opted not to block there? Was that what I saw?
Yeah, maybe Gray really decides he needs to answer this Garrick before the creatures. Maybe he thinks he has life to play around with, and he really just wants to start attacking the Garruk and pressure it that way if he's lacking a Hero's Downfall or Dreadbore.
Which it does look like he is lacking because he's opting. Yeah, he's opting to not block the Boon Satyr, and then he's swinging into the Garrick, so it's clear that he probably doesn't have the...
Ooh, and this is a great turn for Gray. He's going to get a kill the Planeswalker and rip Noah's Hand even more with the Rakdos turn for 3.
Rakdos turn for 3 is really good there.
Yeah.
Basically allowing Gray to board control and get rid of Noah's Hand at the same time.
Yeah, and now he's left with not much else than a Boon Satyr. You should play Boon Satyr.
So I think, do we know Noah's last card in his hand? I don't think we do. I think you see a Burning Tree Emissary in the graveyard.
That could be the Burning Tree that blocked the Scavenging Ooze.
Oh, it totally could, yes.
Well, he's tapping some mana, so it might be something good. It's an Nylea, so that is something that Gray cannot answer. You know, unravel the Aethers here.
I don't think that it's necessarily something he needs to answer, though, as long as he's answering the creatures also on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nylea could get out of control fairly quickly. Magma Spray.
Yeah,
Wow.
there you go. Magma Spray for sure an all-star here.
Kind of a non-bow with the Scavenging Ooze, but I am okay with it.
Wow. Just going straight beats now. Now that he knows he can race. No fear of a haste threat. So is that an attack for 5/7 then?
Is there really no...
Counters on Scavenging Ooze?
No, the haste threat is what I was thinking. He has a Mistcutter Hydra, possibly, right?
Oh,
not
against
something he
John's?
sides in, though.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm sure that Gray can play
Is that a...
with no expectation of getting swung.
Looks like a Corsair Crew Fix from Gray, which seems really good. Starting as kind of card draw engine, sealing this game a little bit, making sure that Noah is going to have a really tough time getting back from this point. What do we see here? Eidolon of Blossoms. So that's kind of an interesting card in Noah's deck. Not something you saw on the mono green deck at the beginning of Standard.
Yeah.
But something that could be good here if he's already playing Boon Satyr, already going to play Corsair Crew Fix. Like,
Yeah. Eidolon of Blossoms definitely fits in with the structure of the deck now. Thinking about the deck when Theros was first introduced, it would not have been a good card. Boon Satyr alone was not even really played in the deck. So yeah, definitely the deck has become sub-theme enchantments. And that's sort of his card draw engine. Low value.
and we see a concession from Noah there. So that was a pretty quick couple of games. John not usually being able to close out games that quickly.
Yeah, it does have the potential and capacity to do that. It just doesn't happen very often.
But yeah, I just don't think that the mono green deck there can actually be explosive enough against a deck that's running so many main board removal spells.
Yeah, it's really hard for that deck to get any sort of ground. It just can't really tread water against the deck that's all removal and very big efficient creatures.
And Noah's deck seemed to not be so happy with them either. Maybe not giving the cards he needed to see. In the first
Yeah.
game, we saw 2 Burning Tree Emissaries in his hand with 2 Collar Beasts, but he didn't actually have the Nykthos in hand, so
Mhm.
reasonably cast.
To be fair, yeah, Noah could easily have had a Garrick on turn 3 that either game, and
Yeah.
the texture could have been totally different. It could have been Gray clamoring from behind the entire time, but that is not how it turned out.
And I really think the play that really sealed that last game is Noah seemed to be in it, but then the Rakdos return after the swing into Garrick,
that killed his Garrick. That was really brutal for
super
for Noah.
brutal. Definitely. But that was our second round. We'll be bringing you the third round here shortly. Probably have like a 20-minute break and then be back with that. So stay tuned. We'll be back soon.